Righty boys and girls, welcome back. Tonight we are doing some upgrades to the Ram, well one in particular. Got us a Huracan Fabrication tailgate storage kit. These things are legit. Before we even get started, no, they are not paying me to make this video. I just really love the product. I've got one in the 80, I'll give you a look here. And when I got the one for the 80, they didn't have them for the Ram at that point. So now they've got them, I'm like, hell yeah, I've got to get me one of them. So tonight, me and Hemi are going to do just that. So let's get started. Righto, well I don't do your usual install videos because I find most of them batshit boring. So I don't do the unboxing or any of that rubbish. And I hate the noise of scrunching stuff. So I'll just open it all up, lay it out and then give you a look. Righto, box is open. I'll give you a quick squeeze at what we get. This is the actual unit itself. I optioned to get like a screen protector, for lack of a better word, that goes on top. Obviously it's got a coating on it. And I've got the LED light that goes on the inside. So obviously that goes in here. You have to cut that out. So I made sure to tell them that I bought one for the 80s, so they hooked me up with a hat, a t-shirt, a beanie. We don't get too much of a chance to use them here, but it is getting a bit cold. Smelly thing, air fresheners, some stickers. I'll have to put that on the other one. Yes, my fingernails are painted. It was my daughter's birthday and that's what she wanted, alright? This is a pretty big job, but at the end of it, you get to put cool things like rifles in there, because Hemi won't fit. So I'm not one for instructions, but seeing as this is my Ram, it's like, yeah, it's not an 80 series tailgate, so I'm going to read the instructions. So I'll make use of this thing and I'll be back.
6.5 hours later.
Alright, it's a bit late to use the angle grinder because the kids are in bed, so we'll do this tomorrow. Shh. Alright, the next day we can make some noise now with a grinder and whatever. No one's home, kids aren't sleeping. Put Uncle Trent out to help.
Howdy.
Step one.
Got the supervisor.
Yep, pull all this shit off and cut some holes. We'll do that.
Reckon perfect good tailgate.
Yeah. And we just got to hurry up by a big brown snake which went straight into my shed, so be a good excuse for a clean up around here, I think. Don't know where it is.
So now we're doing all this with minimal tooling.
Yeah, we're on edge. Righto, a bit of progress. We've got that bit off and the end trim bit, which is an absolute bitch due to these clips that you have to press in on 3 sides.
Probably wouldn't be so bad if you had little hands.
Yeah.
I think you'd want little strong hands.
Little strong hand. Then you mark out where you're going to cut the spot welds out with your crab pot spreader.
It's perfectly square and straight.
Then it's time for power tools. The instructions say to cut out squares around the spot welds, but we can feel them, so we're just going to try and drill them out, save a bit of work and mess, so see if it works. If not, we'll just have to cut it. So looking at the little bits that come out, I reckon we got the spot welds, but we'll find out once we cut the main hole. Template's on. Now we just got to cut it out and see whether we got the spot welds or not. I'm sure everyone knows how to use a template, just in case. Put it out, magnets and tape, pull the middle bit out, mark your line. They did say to use a yellow Sharpie, but we didn't have one of them, so we didn't want to go to the shop, so we just used black. Now cut it out. Righto, we got that cut out. Bit of a tip for you. If you got a hole saw, instead of using the grinder to cut it all out, 2-inch.
54mm 2-inch.
54mm. Where your spot welds are, just bang a big hole saw through it. Come straight out then.
Nowhere near as smoke, because that is nasty, that bed liner.
Yeah, the bed liner really stinks. So hole saw's better than the way the instruction says. There you go. You got all that out. That main support that was down along there, So Trent just got that out by like sort of rolling it up and putting the blade underneath gently.
Put weight on it and then just cut back.
Yeah.
I was worried about denting the outer skin.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to do that because the bottom actually is the outside of the tailgate. Then get your wife's favourite vacuum cleaner and suck all the shit out. On the template has these little tags. They are important. We just thought it was so you had something to grab to pull the template out. But no, you need to cut them out because of those bolts. And also, this thing here will give you grief, so just cut that off along there too while you're at it. Another tip for you is the template, we've cut it out. We tried to test fit it in the tailgate and wouldn't fit. We're like, what? So I'm like, all right, flip the box upside down, we'll lay the template out on it. Now, because it's all got folds in it, when you sit it down, you put your magnets and a bit of tape, make sure you get it dead flat. Otherwise, you're going to be 5mm too short like we are. And you got to cut again. Yay.
Yay.
All right, just did a test fit. Uncle Trent's had to go pick up the kidlet and it fits. So it's in there. One thing to note, this back edge here, you really need to, when you put the template down, go to the edge. See that, like the bend line? That's where we should have cut it. So I'm not going to bother, but I'm running into dramas with the lock side of things. That line is where the lock bolt is hitting, so I need to notch that out to allow for the lock and bolt to come under. So when you mark it, make sure that's where your top edge is. So another 10mm further that way. But won't be a drama. I'll just notch that out. She'll be sweet. Don't forget to paint your edges so it doesn't rust. Vacuum all the little bits of steel and shit out. Wouldn't be a bad idea to spray some fish oil or something rust preventative in there while you got it like that. But yeah, cool. All right, I'll spray all the cut edges and we'll be back later.
One pair of pants later.
Rightio, day 3 of trying to get this job done. So I've notched out those little edges. I've cleaned it out completely with wax and grease remover, and I've just sprayed some white lithium grease as like a rust preventative. I reckon that'll do the job because this ute was the second most expensive thing I've ever bought. First being the house. So I want to make sure it lasts a little while. Alright, now we're at the point. We've run a Beatus elastic, or Sikaflex in my case, around the outside where it's going to sit down. So around the edge there. Then you need to put these spacers in. So what I did was put a little bit on each side, drop the screw in, lift it up, put that on there and drop it down. Don't know if you can really see in there. But if I was going to do it again, I'd flip this over and I'd glue these to the underside of each hole. That way you don't have to muck around because you'll get this shit all over you. So pro tip, or not really pro, but tip, turn this over before you're ready to install it. Glue the spacers to the bottom. There you go. Righto. So once you've done that, screw all your screws in, adjust your locks, and you're done. The finished product. Beautiful. Been waiting to do this. Oh baby, that looks good. Look at that. Just got to put a battery, D-cell battery in the LED light, and just has a little switch there. You turn it on or off. I haven't got one in there yet. I'll show you later when it gets dark. Good work, boys. Great product. All right, well, it's officially dark, and it is the next day after the next day, but we're all done now. So now we got to play the old game of what can you fit in it. Well, you can definitely fit a 300 Winchester Magnum in there. You'd easily fit a 308 and a heap of Glocks, even with Olight torch attachments. If you cut some foam out so that stayed in there, obviously you'd want the scope at the top because when the tailgate comes up. But you could fit your bolt, box of ammo, magazines. There's plenty of room, and that's a long rifle. That's a Remington 700 long range in 300 Win Mag with a Accuracy International stock and a big Nightfall scope. So pretty long rifle. So the 308, that's a Tikka super varmint, plenty of room. So yeah, you'd fit all your ammo, watch out, bolts and all that sort of stuff. So you can definitely fit guns in there, but I would recommend putting foam in. You don't want to knock your scopes around. Get down at me. Could just fill it up with power tools. Or your Olight torch collection. These two are new ones actually. Got them for work. Orange, high vis, clips onto the hat. And this one clips onto the shirt or the beard. But realistically, I'll show you what I'm most likely to keep in there. Spare winch handle for the boat, zip ties, stubby cooler, rag, baby wipes, we all know why if we go bush, WD, bottle of water, a snake bite kit, jumper leads. Anything else I'm forgetting? I do have ram boxes, so I've got a fair bit of room in this bad boy. And if I'm in the 80, I also have one of these in that, so I'll give you a look. Alright, so this is the 80. Bit heavy. Oh, I do want to mention one thing. I put a gas strut on this tailgate. I highly recommend you do that. And I may even get one for that side, because when this is packed full of gear, there is a bit of weight there, and if you open it up and it lands on a kid's head, boom, knocked out. Right, back over here. This is what I got in here. Oh, snatch strap. Definitely put one of them in the ram as well. Jumper leads, Bushman, sunscreen, my warrior shovel. Don't think anyone's ever seen that. I'll have to pull that out one day. It is wicked. It expands and it's got all sorts of things in there, like knife, fire starter, whistle, all sorts. Spare belts, bit of telecom rope, bandage, that's a snake bite one. I think that's about it. There you go. Well, I think that's about it. I love the product. They're not paying me to say this or even make this video, so this is purely because I think they're handy and I would want to know about shit like this if it was out there. So yeah, get one if you want one. I don't have a discount code or anything to offer you, so sorry. If you want one, get one. If you don't, I don't care. So there is a few things I do have discount codes for. Milwaukee Power Tools, Tool Boss, local company here, awesome. I'm mates with the owner, so I'll put a link to them in the description. And Olight torches, which are having a sale on the 15th. I might drop this video on the 15th, so you can get a cheap torch if you want one. But all that stuff will be in the video description. So cheers, boys and girls. Catch you later. One last thing, yes, it actually does all fit in there with the lid closed. I thought I'd better show you that. No trick photography. See you later.